You're listening to Immortal Technique, bringing you the truth in the form of hip-hop. From Death Row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal.
Immortal Technique, Revolutionary Volume 2.
Now y'all know what it is. It is that serious. It is that official. Look, we in the streets. It's your man Miguel, and we got Immortal Technique like no other. What's good, man?
I'm good. Just hustling. You know what I mean? DC.
I mean, let them know what's going on, man. You got the new project. You in the building. I mean, we here. What's good?
I mean, right now, I'm working on a new album called Immortal Passage. It's going to be released in a joint venture between Viper Records and Baby Grand Koch. So that's really what I'm focused on right now. You know, a lot of people say that what kind of record is it going to be, and I tell them it's very street oriented, and for some stupid reason, you know, niggas get it twisted that street means you gotta water down your lyrics. That has nothing to do with the street. Every time the label tells brothers to water down their lyrics, it's not because they want to reach the street. It's because they want to reach middle America, because they want to dumb down your rhyme. Whenever you as an MC, when you dumbing down your rhymes, you're not trying to reach the hood. The hood love lyricists. They love Pac, Big Pun, all that, Big L. That's their favorite lyricists. They don't love stupid stuff. That's just for people to dance to in the club. So I'm like, yo, don't get it twisted. Street don't mean that we gonna water nothing down. It's gonna be street like always, because I'm still in the hood. I'm still Harlem. I'm still telling you to go fuck yourself. And you know what I mean? I'm still talking about what's really going on in the street. I'm talking about, you know, how brothers got a lot of problems with the government and how, you know, we making moves independently, and that's the most revolutionary thing we could say. You know, that we not getting prostituted by no label. We doing it for ourselves. We get a chunk of the change because we do a chunk of the work, you know? That's what it is.
All right, man. And speaking of, you know, the problems with the government, you know what I'm saying? We understand the controversial situations is going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
yeah. Look,
the motivation, man. Let them know what's popping, man.
If we was giving food to European countries, we wouldn't have no problem. You know what I mean? If we was giving food to white people, we had no problem. You want to give money to African kids, you want to give money to Latino kids, you want to give money to Middle Eastern children, all of a sudden that becomes a problem. You know what I mean? So they was up in there 5-0 asking people for green cards or whatever bullshit they were saying. But at the end of the day, what could they do? You know, it's a legitimate project that I'm down here in DC for. We raising money for children's hospitals in Chiapas in Mexico. So, I mean, what can they say? They don't raise money for the hospital, you know? You know, would you say that to U2 and Bono and them, you know what I mean? No, you wouldn't, because you wild pussy, because they would come at you with all these lawyers. But we ain't got no lawyers. We have the voice of the people right here. You know, if they shut the venue down, I would expect that y'all will come right up there in front and be like, yo, in the streets, it's right here, and we putting the blast on racist cops. What do you have to say, Mr. Racist Cop?
You know we will. You know how we go.
Say, Mr. Racist Cop, about your treatment of the black and Latino community here. You know, you complain about black people and Latino people so much. We so lazy, we so this, so that. Yeah. Really? All right, when you take care of your kids, you know what I mean? You do the job that no one wants to do. You drive the bus, you pick your strawberries, you know what I mean? You wash the cars, you build the cars, you do everything. Fuck out of here, nigga. We don't run America, but we make America run. And that's just the bottom line. This country was built on us, you know what I mean? Certain principles that it was built on. One of them was having us around, you know what I mean? So that's what it is.
That's real, that's real. So I'm saying, let's get back into the project, man. I mean,
Middle Passage?
Yeah, man.
All right, the Middle Passage, for those brothers that don't understand, because I've spent a lot of my life being ignorant, robbing people, selling shit on the street, so I don't expect anybody to just be all of a sudden, like, from one conversation to understand. But basically, the Middle Passage is the trip that African people took when they were stolen from Africa. And when they were brought here, they were told by people that they were 3/5 of a man, that they was monkeys or primitive human beings, in order to justify keeping them as slaves. Their culture was taken away from them in the same way Latino people culture is taken away from them and replaced with religion. See, now it's interesting because the people that founded America is all Masons. Not Masons in the good guy, a National Treasure bitch ass movie version, but Masons in the degree that they knew the history, not just of America, but of Africa. So they understood Egyptian civilization. They understood that black Muslims invented mathematics the way we know it. That's why you see algorithms, algebra, it starts with an AL because it's in the name of Allah. That's the language of God, mathematics. They say, do the math. What you think they talk about, nigga? So if they did that, if they not only lied to themselves and to all white people in America, but they lied to you and made you believe that ignorance facilitates your slavery. You know what I mean? That's the one theme of the Middle Passage. And the other one is saying, yo, I'm in the underground, you know, underground, KRS-One, boot camp, that type of underground. That's what we doing, you know, and Tragedy, Gaddafi, other individuals that I see in the underground that just are like, look, I don't want you to mess with my content, you know? So that's more or less the direction that I move. But if I go in to the mainstream, that's when I become a slave. That's the transition, you know what I mean? That's the Middle Passage. That's when I say I'm free, I can say whatever I want on underground. But I go to the commercial world, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden people want to control your lyrics. Then you ain't dealing with no radio college DJ that's your friend. You're dealing with Clear Channel, you know what I mean? And money talks. That's the bottom line. I'm not mad at them. That's their hustle like any other hustle. But you know, I have my hustle. So I work around it. I negotiate with who I need to negotiate. I cut throat with who I need to cut throat to, you know what I mean? And I support what I see as something good for the community, you know? That's the way, that's really being gangster, you know what I mean? To support your own community. Buy from the businesses in your black community, buy black, you know what I mean? And be out there, support the businesses in your Latino community, rather than letting some big corporation come through. Because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. In the white community, when a corporation come through, they have to take a percentage of their earnings and distribute it back into the community itself. But that don't happen in the black and Latino hood. They get money from the government, subsidy money, to quote unquote create jobs. So the Old Navy or Disney or them stores that come to Harlem, open up a big ass place, or they come to some crack town like Glen Burnie and open up a fucking mall, and then all of a sudden, you know, you got all these people that put their dollars in that, and yet all they creating is like 6 or 7 minimum wage an hour jobs, you know what I mean? Or they take all the $1 million out of the community, but they don't put nothing back in. They can't do that to white people. You put that shit in a white community or in the upscale community, they say, wait a minute, we control the zoning laws, we control the economics of our hood. We're not gonna let you do that unless you're giving us something back. You know what I mean? That most revolutionary thing you could do is be, you know, economically savvy. You know, that's what leads to political power, owning your shit. You know, I tell niggas all the time, being revolutionary, RBG, revolutionary but gangster, and Dead Prez, Psy, and all of us, we're not talking about just running around the jungle with guns and shit like that. We're talking about, you know, nothing more revolutionary than being a father, than being a mother, than being a teacher, be a videographer, you know what I mean? Hanging a picture of a dead nigga from the 60s and 70s on your wall ain't nothing but a picture, you know what I mean? It's really real action, you know? Be a mother, be a teacher, be, you know, someone who does editing and mixing. You could contribute in any way. Be a lawyer, a doctor, man, that's what you want to do. Be successful, be a part of society that contribute back to your people and not just to yourself.
Yeah. What up, nigga? We in the streets.